Hey gorgeous, it's Ker-leen. Thank you so much for tuning back into my channel. Today I will be sharing some affordable fragrances that will have you smelling absolutely expensive. These are beautifully crafted, well blended, and intoxicatingly fragrant perfumes from the one and only Julianna's Perfume. If you have not heard of Julianna's Perfume, they are an affordable fragrance brand that brings us those quality fragrances, those beautifully crafted note combinations, and those addictive fragrance accords that we look for in niche brands. If you've been curious about this brand, or if you're already a fanatic and want to see what new fragrances they have, then this video is for you. Hey friend, welcome back. Thank you for joining me for another video. On this channel, I talk luxury, I do review videos, I share my fragrance journey, I sprinkle in a little bit of lifestyle here and there, and in every single video, I share some encouragement with you. If any of those things pique your interest, then I would love to have you here, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and also be sure to turn on that notification bell so you know exactly when my videos drop. All right, let's get into it. So let's jump right into one of the newer fragrances from Julianna's Perfume. So I was super excited to try their newest Sun-Kissed Petals. So Sun-Kissed Petals has a lot of things that I love in fragrances. There's black currant, there's a peach, and then there's a white wood, which is a note that I've seen in more than one of their fragrances. And this note is quite interesting. It feels like a clear wood and maybe even a little bit of a crisp wood. It's a very, very nicely done woody note in their fragrances. So yes, this is a fruity scent, but it also has some gorgeous floral accords that kind of lend to feeling like you have a fruity floral fragrance on with a touch of woods on that dry down. So this fragrance feels fruity, but not in an overly juicy way. Instead, that fruitiness is very soft, and this fragrance overall has a soft and sweet feel to it. It feels very innocent. There is some sweetness, but it's not overdone. It's kind of held back a little bit. And the rose in this fragrance is not your typical rose. This rose is not harsh or heavy. Instead, it feels very dewy and gentle, more like a dew-covered rose. So overall, this is a beautiful fruity floral fragrance with a silky and soft feel. It's sweet, but not overly sweet. And it has a very clear, clean wood on the dry down. This is a gorgeous, gorgeous fragrance. This one feels so sweet and soft and innocent, like I mentioned earlier. It has a little bit of an aquatic feel. It's very juicy at first spray, and then it starts to blend into that gorgeous rose accord, which, like I said, is not your heavy, sharp, harsh rose. Instead, it's the kind of rose that you can almost mistake for another kind of floral. I like how it comes in, supports that opening, and then gently takes over while still kind of allowing those fruity accords to still shine. It feels fresh, it feels beautiful, it feels perfect for spring. So the name Sun-Kissed Petals is appropriate in my opinion. There's a brightness to this fragrance, so I think the name Sun-Kissed Petals is very appropriate. This is the perfect springtime fragrance for those of us that love floral fragrances. Maybe we also enjoy fruity fragrances, but we want something that still smells grown up. This is gonna be it. This one is a beautiful new one. This one is called Sun-Kissed Petals. Next, speaking about fragrances that are fruity, sweet, that feel perfect for springtime, but also still give polish, still give grown up, this next one delivers. This is Crimson Tease. Crimson Tease also has a peach at the top and black currant. There's strawberry, and then at the heart we have another fruity accord, jasmine absolue, rose essence, and then at the base we have that white wood again paired with a leather accord. This particular fragrance I find to have moderate projection, and it lasts about 6+ hours on clothes. I'm not the biggest skin sprayer, so I'm not exactly sure how long this one lasts on the skin, but I know it's definitely a really, really nice performer on clothes. Okay, so this one is just as fun as the last one, except this one feels a little bit more berry forward, and this one also feels a little bit more playful and something that I would probably pull out for like a date night. This one definitely gives red fruits, so the strawberry, the raspberry, it definitely is more berry forward in my opinion. And again, I love the way the florals are done. I feel like the florals sit in the middle perfectly. They're very beautifully blended. You get a little bit of jasmine, a little bit of rose, neither one overpowering the other. They're perfectly done. But this one, unlike the previous one, is definitely more fruit forward, and in particular I get red fruits. The dry down of this includes that gorgeous crisp clear white wood again, and this time we have a leather accord. So let me spray this on my hand. Oh, on the skin, it's even better. The florals really shine. Yes, this one smells like something I would wear on a date night. It's definitely giving a little bit more going out, more so than Sun-Kissed Petals that kind of gave daytime wear. This one I could definitely wear at night because it feels a little sexy. So I think again, they nailed it with the naming of this fragrance. This is called Crimson Tease, and it's definitely giving playful, a little sexy, even though it is a fruity fragrance. And I think that's because of the florals and that leather and wood pairing that's on the dry down. Maybe that's why this is coming across as very, very sexy. But again, the notes are blended so beautifully that the leather is not the leather that you may be thinking of. It is definitely not the leather I expected. It's very subtly done. Yeah, it's very subtly done. I definitely still pick up the woods, but the leather is not a standout note for me. So this is a gorgeous fragrance. They do currently have this available on the site. So if you can get your hands on this, I think it's the perfect springtime fragrance. It's going to have you smelling playful. It smells sexy, but it also still gives quality and it smells expensive. This is Crimson Tease. The next fragrance I have here is one of my favorite perfumes. If you've been watching me for a while, you know how much I love this perfume. It is one of the most gorgeous floral fragrances in my perfume collection. It's light, it's bright, it's ethereal, it feels celestial, it feels so princess-like. This one is Aurelia. I have talked about Aurelia at length on this channel. Just know that it is such a beautiful, fresh, musky, bright, and almost glimmering kind of fragrance. It's just perfection in a bottle. So I will be giving away a bottle of Aurelia to one beautiful subscriber. So if you have been curious about this fragrance, if you want to know why I love it so much, as I have talked about this fragrance so positively on this channel, let me know down below if you have ever tried Julianna's perfume or if you plan on trying this fragrance house. And I want you to go on the website and share maybe one or two fragrances that you want to try. Also, let me know that you're entering the giveaway. As I've mentioned before, Aurelia smells exactly like this gorgeous artwork on the bottle. It feels dewy, it feels aquatic, it feels floral, like petals on water, like dew-covered florals. It feels elegant, it feels princess-like, very feminine and refined. We have some gorgeous fruits at the top with some water-like floral accords at the mid. And then we have amber, vanilla, and a white cedar wood on the dry down. This is one of my favorite perfumes, a perfect springtime fragrance that smells so refined and expensive. This is Aurelia. This next one is another standout springtime perfume. This is another floral type of perfume. Another one that highlights gorgeous, soft, pink florals. This is Ethereal Bloom. Ethereal Bloom opens up with peach, bergamot, and jasmine. And then at the heart is one of my favorite fragrance notes, orris, also muguet, which is known as lily of the valley, amber, and raspberry. So there's amber and orris at the mid of this fragrance. And then you have a musk on the dry down, vanilla, and tonka bean. This one feels so soft and powdery and musky and so cashmere-like. I definitely pick up that beautiful creamy chalky orris. That's the best way I can describe orris, is it gives like this chalky creaminess, kind of like those chalky type of candies that melt in your mouth. That's what orris gives me, and it's wrapped in florals, very soft florals with a hint, a touch of fruits. So yes, this fragrance opens up with fruits, but I feel like the other notes in this fragrance fragrance, especially the ones at the mid, really shine through. So I definitely pick up on that beautiful orris. This fragrance has a creamy feel to it. It has a musky and powdery feel to it. And then this one, the fruits are more in the background. They kind of give you this bright opening, and then they make way and give way to those beautiful mid and base notes. So although this one has a fruit at the opening and a fruit at the mid, they really are just supportive notes, because this is all about those more cashmere-like, wispy, soft, subtly creamy, musky, and powdery accords that are in this fragrance. This one is another gorgeous springtime scent. It's light, it has a moderate projection, but this one again gives me about 6 hours on close to where it's emanating and people around me or at an arm's length can smell this fragrance on me. This is also a very nice one to wear in hot weather, just like Aurelia. Aurelia is really good for humid and hot weather, as I've worn them out and about in the heat and they hold up very well. I've worn them to go exercise as well and they hold up extremely well. Even after sweating, I can still smell the fragrances on me. This is another one that I would highly recommend from Julianna's Perfume. This is Ethereal Bloom. And last but certainly not least, I wanted to throw in a vanilla that I feel is beautiful for spring. For those of you watching that may be vanilla lovers, this is one of my favorite fragrances. And if I had someone else smell all the vanillas in my fragrance collection, this is arguably one of the best vanilla perfumes in my entire collection, in my opinion. This is Double Decadence. Double Decadence opens up with incense and pink pepper as well as bergamot. At the mid, we have cedar, ylang ylang, Bulgarian rose, and jasmine. And at the base, we have vanilla and benzoin. Double Decadence is inspired by Ker-leen's Speeches Double Vanille fragrance. I have smelled the original. I've talked about this fragrance at length, so I'll link a video where I've talked about this one right here for you. But just know this one is incredible as compared to the original. And now that it's even more mature, this one is up there, y'all. 95+% similar to the original. It is gorgeous. Not to mention, this one is an extremely beautiful performer. It projects at more than an arm's length for the first 4 hours or so, and then it forms a beautiful scent bubble that can still be perceived by others well into the 8-hour territory. It's extremely long lasting and it is absolutely beautiful. It smells so expensive and so good. This is like what I would call a very light and fluffy and creamy vanilla sitting on top of woods and a little bit of that incense to give it some nuance. That's what I get from this fragrance. It feels so fluffy to me. And I love that the vanilla is a very refined vanilla. So if you do not like your typical gourmand fragrances, you don't want to smell sweet or edible, this is a beautiful vanilla fragrance. It's classic, it's very polished and very refined, and it is not overly sweet. There's a hint of sweetness here, but it does not take away from how refined and polished this perfume feels. So because it's light and because it has this like fluffy feel to it, I feel like it's beautiful for the springtime, because yes, you get that vanilla, but it is a classic and polished vanilla, one that you can wear to work, to a meeting, and even out at night. This is Double Decadence. If you're still here, thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, if you found it helpful or entertaining at all, don't forget to give it a like on your way out. And also, if you love fragrance, I make lots of fragrance content here, so make sure you subscribe and turn on your notifications so you never miss another upload. Also, don't forget to enter that giveaway if you're interested in winning Aurelia, one of my absolute favorite perfumes. And if you're interested, I do have a 30-day devotional that I wrote just for women like myself who have lots to juggle every day. We're busy, we're on the go, but we want to maintain our relationship with God. We love Jesus and we value tools that help us build and strengthen our relationship and just keep us intentional every single day. Each day of the devotional is brief and straight to the point. There is a scripture, there's a reflection on it, you have a wellness practice and a prayer on each page, and then on the opposite side there's an entire page of lines for you to journal, to talk to God, write your prayers out, dissect the scripture, write down your thoughts, whatever you feel you need to do. It is available now on Amazon, and I'll put the link in the description box for you. So I am filming this on Easter weekend. Whether you celebrate celebrate Easter, or what I like to call it Resurrection Sunday, or not, I love the message behind the cross because it tells me that I can come back. I can come back spiritually, which is making a decision to follow Christ. I can come back physically. I can come back mentally. I can even come back financially. I just have to make a decision to do so. And so I wanted to share that hope with you today, that you can come back. Your comeback season can start now. You just have to make that decision. So hopefully that encourages you today. As always, I will be over here reflecting on the same. Thank you so much for watching this video. I will see you in the next one very soon. Bye!